for tuning into My Positive Perspective today, where we feature individuals and groups who share the common goal of benefiting the local Charleston community. Today's episode is brought to you by Kinetic Hi-Fi and The Fix, Charleston's online radio stations. Joining me on today's episode is JR. So how you doing, JR?
Hello. How you doing, Jason?
Good, good. And the topic of today's show, which is episode number 199, the very last episode of season 3. But anyhow, the topic is really, a dog training.
Yes.
Can you maybe tell people how you got started with that and how you're continuing it today?
Well, I was given an opportunity and a scholarship to begin my career as a dog trainer, and that's taken me upon decision and eventually actually giving me the opportunity to move to Charleston and pursue it further. I'm actually at the point now of taking that seed and going out and branching out even further. But to do so, I needed funds. So that kind of brings me to why I'm seeing you today.
Yeah. You have an event coming to the Charleston area. And the name of the event is Hair of the Dog.
Hair of the Dog.
Maybe you can talk about that and talk about where it is, when it is, all that.
Excellent. The Hair of the Dog Music and Art Festival is basically a festival for artists and music to come together. It was this big idea that started off as being a small party where some friends and I were just going to charge other people $5 to come hang out with us and listen to some live music. That $5 was going to go towards my goal of starting the dog training business. But the whole idea around Hair of the Dog is that everyone can come out and possibly bring their puppies and celebrate with their dogs at the festival. But it's going to be at the Barrel on Folly Road, which is a dog-friendly establishment and a bar. And I think it's going to start at 2 o'clock sharp and end around 11 o'clock. And somewhere around 6 or 7 o'clock, we're going to do the raffle for the events and all that different stuff. But we're going to have about 5 or 6 different artists come out, and it should be a pretty rad shindig. Okay, and the date of that it's a Saturday, right? Yes, I forgot about that. Thank you. It's February 28th. February 28th. Coming up. It's about 2 weeks away, guys, so you still got time to take off for work.
Yeah. Well, the purpose of what you do is really to take, dogs who are a little hyper, a little bit misbehaved, you really kind of save their lives in the fact that you help shape their behavior.
I would say definitely so. There's been multiple times where families or relationships are hinging off, if you don't get rid of that dog, it's either me or that dog, and we come in, other trainers who work alongside me, and we rehabilitate a dog who may be chewing everything in sight, maybe attacking people, or pottying all over the house for that matter.
Yeah,
it's not just a matter of teaching the pups to sit. It's
usually
the big problems. Yeah, it's usually the big problems.
And then maybe is there one quick little tidbit you can give people who have a misbehaving dog or animal?
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that. If I can send some information out to everyone out there, housebreaking shouldn't be called housebreaking. It should be called watch or confine. Every puppy has a digestive tract, and if you watch and confine him and you pay attention to how much water and food he's having, and you actually don't just leave it down so the puppy can decide when to eat, you can then estimate when that pup has to go to the restroom. Yeah. If you give him food, an hour later he's going to have to go. So that gives you a 45-minute window to take that puppy outside and wait for 15 minutes so that you can praise that puppy really highly right at the moment he does decide to go in the right place.
Mm-hmm. And then how often, if you have a misbehaving puppy and or a dog and he displays the correct behavior that you're going after, how important is it to praise him with a treat or a
positive reinforcement? I would say that's ultra important. A lot of people fall into the habit of only correcting their puppies and only scolding them and all these things. It's just as much as important if not more important, that we overpraise our pups when they do things correctly.
Yes.
You know, like I call it throwing a puppy party, like going completely nuts. If that pup sat for you when you asked him, it's not just a matter of good boy, it's good boy. So that puppy thinks, how do I get mom or dad to do that again?
Well, and of course, you know, this episode is brought to you by Kinetic Hi-Fi. I used to host a show on Kinetic Hi-Fi, and my last guest wrote a book called Why Nelson Mandela Would Be Such a Good Dog Handler.
That's a great title.
Yeah, because, you know, the ultimate pacifist, I think Nelson Mandela was. But she pointed out, in the interview, that dogs really, you lose their respect when you yell at them because they're confused at you, and they take it as you're somebody that is not on their intelligence level.
Well said. I would second that 110%. The easier you are in transitioning from a small correction back to being okay with your puppy, there's no point in being angry with your puppy the entire day for a mistake. The sooner you transition back, the sooner you communicate with your puppy, or the better you communicate with your puppy, just like another dog. Because another dog isn't going to hold a grudge. Not unless there was something like, you know, horrendously done bad. But that other dog is going to say, hey, I don't want you to sniff my butt right now. Back up, buddy. You know, and
It's a great alliteration.
back up, buddy. That's good.
A little more about the event, if you don't mind. You said it's Saturday, February 28th, in the Barrel, from 2 o'clock basically until whenever, I guess.
To the noise ordinance tells us to be quiet, which is around 11 p.m.
Yeah. You know, real quickly, how did you come up with some of these bands that are playing?
Well, like I said before, we started with a close-knit group of friends that was initially just trying to help me throw this party at our house. And once things grew a little bit bigger than that, a couple of the friends who happen to be musicians donated their time and their energy and their equipment. And then another friend would want to join in. And then we had vendors that wanted to come out and other artists that wanted to sell their wares and some of their artwork. So it became really fast, way bigger than any of us could have ever imagined.
That's cool. Everybody just kind of jumped on board, so it was a great time.
Yes.
For a great cause, and I want to
Very humbling.
Be a part of it.
Very humbling. It's very humbling. I think everyone is humbled by everyone else's participation at this point, and everyone is genuinely good spirit about, you know, not being ahead or above or anyone else. Everyone's chipping in equally.
Okay, cool. So people will be allowed to bring their dogs to this event.
Well, yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stress that if you're going to bring your pup, make sure that your pup is great with other pups, because there are going to be so many people there.
Yes.
This has become big,
Mm-hmm.
and when it becomes that many people with that loud of music with that many pups, it's going to be a very stressful situation for certain dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask, unless your puppy is acclimated to loud music and lots of people in, you know, an exciting environment, it might be best to leave your particular pup at home.
Yeah, and then don't forget the dogs, they hear differently than humans. Their ears are a lot more sensitive to loud, high-pitched noises.
Well said.
And, you know, this may not be good for them to bring for that cause. But you know, I'm sure if you do bring a dog, you want it to be on a leash.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
that's good. That's
You
good.
want to have good control over them.
That's good. All right, well, thanks so much, JR.
No problem, Jason.
Okay, great. So we'll hopefully see you out for that event. Thank you for tuning into My Positive Perspective, and have a great day.
On a sunny day, I feel my thoughts drift away. Only good vibes and good times living in my brain. On a sunny day, catch me lamping in the shade, feeling so fine and so high. Oh, my sunny day, still I hope all my efforts will one day pan out. Love within, you'll never be without. So I roll.